sharing my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Okay. Oh. So we are going to learn about uh, something called as clock synchronization. So whenever there is a system time that is wrong, it is going to lead to a lot of problems. There was a you all remember that there was a problem called the Y2K problem when we were moving from the year 1999 to the year 2000. There was a huge problem in the digital world. Does anybody remember what that is? Okay, so the problem was earlier for year, only two digits were allocated in systems. And hence, when we were moving from year 1999 to 2000, since only two digits were allowed, year would show as 00, which will actually mean 1900 in computer terms, but not the year 2000. And that would, take us back almost 100 years. So, in order to solve that problem, all systems worldwide had to be upgraded to a time standard, which will have four digits in the year. And that was the Y2K problem. Okay, year 2000. Now, after the Y2K problem, this is the another problem, which is synchronizing the time and clock across systems. Now, we all know that every motherboard has something called as a CMOS battery, that even if the system is powered down, still that CMOS battery is used to keep up the time of that system. But it so happens that batteries also run out of power and juice, and hence over a period of time, there will be a delay or lag in the system time if the system is not powered up properly, or the CMOS battery is not functioning, or due to any other reasons. Okay, and hence a protocol was developed called as NTP, Network Time Protocol, which will be used for time synchronization across all the devices in a network. Okay, in fact, not just in a network, across the globe, across internet. Okay, all devices will synchronize to a common set of clocks. Okay, now to understand how NTP works, we have to understand this term first. It's called as stratum. What is stratum? Stratum is the distance of your machine whose time you want to sync with the reference clock, primary reference clock, which is the main reference clock. Okay, that is called as the stratum. Okay, so in network terminology, you can also call number of hops. Okay, from the source time server or time machine. Okay, and lower the number, higher the accuracy, because lesser is the delay. So if stratum of any clock is low, which means that it is more accurate. Now, what happens in the real world is this. Okay, at stratum 0, which means the actual clocks, these are atomic clocks. Okay, they are kept in many universities. They are synced to satellites. Okay, and since satellites are running based on a lot of calculations, uh, they are assumed to be correct. Then the first hop is the first set of NTP servers who sync their time with these atomic clocks. Okay. And highest online accuracy is available with servers who have stratum 1, which means they are the closest to these atomic clocks who are synchronized, globally. Then with every additional hop, the stratum level increases. Okay, with every cascading device. And as the time sync keeps happening from one layer to another layer, few nanoseconds, few picoseconds of delay starts getting to be introduced. And all those delays may lead to a lot of delay going down the line. And hence, uh, periodic syncing of clocks is very, very important. Okay. As many aspects of cybersecurity, data protection, then legal frameworks, financial systems, healthcare records, everything are tied to system clocks. Okay. So it is very important for us to understand the importance of this, and regular syncing of time is of utmost importance. And if a time breaks, okay, it takes a lot of time to troubleshoot, and it creates havoc. So as I was saying, these are the various aspects that get impacted if there is time skew between the servers and the actual time. So we use something called as the NTP server, and that NTP server becomes like a central time syncing server with which all the systems get synced with respect to time, and so that it is consistent across systems in the entire organization. Okay. Any questions on what is NTP? Now, Manu, can you please share your screen? Okay. Can you go to the, yes, we can. Can you go to the system time settings? Not Commvault, your system. Yes. Go to date and time settings. Yes. So here you see set time automatically is mentioned. When you do this, it will automatically sync its time with Windows's uh, NTP server, centralized NTP server, which is there in cloud. Okay. Can you go to NTP settings in Windows Server? Not here. I'm unable to recall where that setting is. One second. This is Windows, which version? Windows Server?
2019.
Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, you have to go into regedit.
Reject. Okay.
Go to run, start run. There you enter regedit, regedit, regedit. And then we have to go to the NTP server path. I'm pasting it in the chat. H key computer. One second. Local machine system. System. Yes, under system, you have to go to current control set. Current control set. Yes, under current control set, services. Under services, W32 time. W32 time. Yes. And under this, you go to time providers. Expand. Scroll down on the left hand side, further scroll down. Expand W32.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to time providers. Go to NTP server. Under NTP server, under enabled. Okay. And modify. Click on modify. Here, the value which is written as 0, it has to be changed as 1. Okay. Once you do this, yes, it will ask for a restart. Click on OK. And then 1 second. Okay. Within that W32, uh, there is under current control set services W32. Go to NTP client. There is one more setting we need to change. Print log flags. Okay, that's fine. So now go to services.msc. Yeah. Select, just see NTP. N. No, it is not there here. Check for installation of the NTP client in components. Time. Select search for time. Windows time service. No, it's not there here. Because the NTP server and NTP client has to be okay. Go back to regedit. Under W32, go to config. Yeah, there announce flags is there, right? Announce flags. Yes, double click on that or modify. Change that value to 5. Value should be set to 5. Yes. And polling interval, time update, update interval. Okay, all this is default. On the left hand side under W32, click on parameters. Okay, time.windows.com. See, that's where it will go, NTP server. Yeah, double click on that. Yes, see, that's the server, time.windows.com. Okay, so this is the NTP server that is maintained by Windows for worldwide synchronization. If you have your own NTP server in the network, you can replace this value with the IP address that we want. Okay, yeah, so we can cancel, keep it as default. Yes, we can close the registry now. These were the changes. And then go back to services.msc once. Yeah, come down to Windows Time service. There you see at the bottom, Windows Time. So after making these registry changes, we just have to restart this service, Windows Time. Restart. Yes. Once we do this, whatever changes we have made with respect to NTP settings on Windows, it will be done. Similarly, in Linux machines also, there is an NTP client, that service that runs, and in the config file of that, you can set the NTP IP address or host name, and it will sync time automatically. Okay, so that's how we do it. Yeah, we can close this now. Now let's see in Commvault where to set the time. So if I remember, we need to go to control panel and search for time or NTP. Search for NTP. Oh, where do we select? I forgot. Uh, Down below at the bottom, you see that India Standard Time is there, no? Yeah. Can you right click there and see if we can change it?
No, sir, it's not allowed.
No? Okay. Right on the Comcell browser, right click on the Comcell machine and see if it allows properties. I forgot, yeah. Just give me a minute. Okay, it's dependent on system time only. It will sync automatically using system time. Uh, so yeah, we need to maintain the system time. It will pick it up from system time. There is one additional setting, but we will look into it later. Okay. Yeah, we can close this now. All right. So yesterday we have learned about schedules. We have learned about creating subclients and how to associate a schedule to a subclient. So today we will see a little bit more on the storage policies. Okay, how to create a new storage policy and associate a separate subclient with separate storage policies. So Manu, under the Comcell browser, can you click on policies? Yeah, go to storage policy. Yes, so earlier we had created one storage policy called backup path. Now we will create a different storage policy. So first we will see how we had configured this backup path storage policy. So the way we do it is right click on backup path, storage policy name, go to its properties, and you will be able to see these details here. You can see the associated subclients, that which machines are using this storage policy. So we see whatever we had configured, all of them are associated with this particular storage policy. You can click on cancel, and under the name of the storage policy, we see primary. You right click on primary and go to its properties. So here we will be able to set the retention. Click on retention, that how long this data should be kept. So if you see here, we had kept the earlier data, whatever was backed up, for 2 days only. Okay. And only for one cycle. What do we mean by cycle? The time duration between one full backup to another full backup is one cycle. Then we go to data path, and there we will see that where we are writing to. Okay. So click on that row that you see, and you can click on properties down below, and you will be able to see the properties of that particular data path. If you want to add another data path, there is another option there. So same storage policy can be used to write to multiple targets at the same time. That is also possible. So you can close this. Next is data path configuration. And you can see automatically add data path. And if you have multiple data paths, how to toggle between them. Okay. Then go to media. So this is for tapes. Since we are not using tapes, this is not applicable. Go to advanced. If you want to run a separate data verification job after the data has been written, we can do this, but it will slow the backups a lot. And we see that encryption option will also get enabled once you select encryption at the client settings. Then deduplication tab. Okay, so we see that it is associated with deduplication policy called test, and enable deduplication on clients is also enabled there. That option is also enabled. Dash, we will talk about it later. that is to do replication from one site to another. And whenever we are enabling source side deduplication, we can set a small DDB cache on the client itself. So that option is also available here. The third one, enable source side disk cache. Okay. If you do that, it will start storing the deduplication fingerprint tables on the client machine or on the source machine itself. Fine. We can cancel this now. And once you click on that backup path once again, okay, we see the status, it is checked mark, which means that it is enabled. Okay. And where is it writing to? We see the library name. It is under default library. So what is a library? It is nothing but a backup destination. Where will we find this library? You will find it under storage resources under the Commvault browser. So Manu, can you go to storage resources? Yeah, under that you go to libraries. There you see the disk library, right? And once you click on disk library, you will see the mount path. So can you expand the mount path? No, no. On click on disk library, just expand the mount path column. Yes, you see that this is the target. On this machine, E drive folder name disk library. So this is where the backup data is being written to. Does Commvault have read-write access? Yes. Is the status ready? Yes. So you can perform read and write operations. The total capacity is 100 GB, out of which only like 50% is being used, probably close to. So free space is 48 GB. Okay. Now, let us see some of the backups which were already taken earlier for the machines. And we saw that in the storage policy, the retention period was mentioned to 2 days. So let us see if you are able to see any of the backup copies already expired. So, Bhanu, can you go to client computers? Under client computers, take any machine whose subclients we were backing up. Yeah, go to file system, default. Yeah, go to path one. Yeah. Now go to browse and restore. Okay, browse and restore. Yes. Or backup history. Yeah, anything will do. Go to backup history. Yeah. Choose all backups. And we see here that the history of all the backup jobs that happened on this. Okay. So the first job was a full backup. And then the next two jobs were incremental. It shows us the start time and end time of that particular backup job, how much actually data it read, how much was actually written, and what is the percentage savings we achieved due to deduplication. Okay. Can you further go on the right? Yeah, savings percentage. Okay. Now, if you see, if you right click on any of these backup jobs, okay, and you see job details, view job details. Okay, you can see further details of this particular job. Okay, what we generally see from the job controller while the job is running. But now my point is, even though we had set 2 days as a retention and one cycle, still this backup job is not showing as expired, right? It is still showing as you can recover from this copy. Okay, so some configuration is not complete, because of which it is still showing this copy as an active copy from where we can take a backup. And one full cycle is not completed also because another full backup has not completed. So let us do these things and try to enforce the retention on this particular backup copy. It should have already expired by now because we had taken this backup on 22nd of Jan, right? Close this. Yeah, 22nd Jan we had taken the backup. So this backup should already have been expired. Expired means it should not allow us to restore from this, but it is still allowing. Okay, if you right click here, you can go to browse and restore. Okay, and view content in the bottom, expand. Yes, further expand. Click on any one particular folder. Yeah, you can see the content and you can see the backup time when it was last modified. Okay. And you can choose any file, and when you click on recover on select recover all selected, it will allow you to recover. But if a backup copy would have expired, it would not allow us to do this. Okay, so let's see how to enforce that retention. So Bhanu, can you run one more full backup on this? So then one cycle will get completed, and once one cycle gets completed, the previous full can get expired. Go to job controller. Yeah, run the backup. Full, immediate, yes. Okay. Go to job controller. Yes, it's running. Now, in the meanwhile, while this backup job is running, can you right click on the ComServe machine under ComServe browser? Yes, the top level. Yeah. Go to all tasks. Yeah. There you see one option called data aging. Click on that. Okay. Now you see this. This data aging is a background job. Okay. Once you run this job, what this ComCell will do, or the Commvault services will do, is it will go and check all the backup copies across all the machines. Okay. And it will see which ones has expired, and it will enforce the expiry on the expired copies of data. So
Kind
what
of
we will
garbage
do is,
cleanup.
sorry,
Kind of garbage cleanup job.
it's not exactly garbage cleanup. It is marking the expired job as expired, not allowing you to recover.
But it will delete or it will just expire.
No, it will just expire. It will not delete. Delete will
Okay.
happen through
Okay.
another, yeah, delete will happen through another job called pruning.
Okay.
The
Okay. Got it.
physical deletion, and only those backup copies will get pruned which have already been expired.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So we will just wait for some time before running this. We will see if auto aging is happening, okay, of the backup job and of the previous backup copies. And if it happens, then we don't run this data aging, job. If it doesn't happen automatically, then we will come and run this data aging job. Okay. We can also schedule this and click on advanced. There are a few advanced options here. Yeah, you can select which machines or which backup copies or which media agents you want this data aging job to be run. And startup, if you click on startup tab, you can choose when this job to start. Then next tab, number of retries if data aging has failed, and then alerting. Okay, you can configure an alert for every data aging operation. Cancel. We'll come back to this. Yeah, cancel again here. Let us see if the job has completed. Okay, it's running. Okay, now activity like yesterday. How can you tell how many streams are running for this particular job? How many data streams are running? Which means parallel read operations. How to find out? Anyone? Siddharth? How can we find out how many parallel backup streams are running? Quickly, it's almost done. So you right click
Right click.
on the backup job, go to detail. Here you have streams. Okay, it's done. Okay, here you would have seen the streams running. Okay, so the backup is completed. We close this. Now, as per the storage policy, one full cycle is completed and 2 days are also completed. So both the criteria are meeting for data aging. Okay. So let's go back to the backup history of this client and see whether the any of the previous copies have automatically expired or not. So go back to that same subclient and go to backup history and try to view the entire history. Okay. So still we are able to see status as green and completed, and it is not graying out. Okay. So we try to enforce the data aging now. So what we do, whatever we saw a little while back. So right click on the ComServe machine under the ComServe browser, go to all tasks, then go to data aging. We want to run this job immediately now. Yes. Click on OK. Yeah. Go to job controller. You will see the data aging job is running. Double click on it. Double click on the data aging job. Yeah. If
This
any
is a global
failures,
parameter, right? Sorry to interrupt.
this is a global, yes, but as you saw, you can run it for specific machines also.
Okay,
Those options
okay.
are also there. Yes. So we will do that also.
Okay.
Once let us check. Yeah. Close. It is completed. Data aging is completed. Okay. Go back to the backup history of that particular, yeah, refresh. No, it's still not expired, that backup. The first full should have got expired. Okay, so now we run it for this particular machine. Data aging, advanced, go to granular, age granular, go and run only for this machine, say add, yeah, and click on OK. And click OK again. Yes. Now go to job controller. Yeah. Now this data aging operation is only for this particular machine and its backup copies. Okay. Double click on it. Let's see if any errors have happened. No. Granular attempts completed. Okay. View events. Yeah. Data aging operation has completed. Okay. Close. Close. Yeah. Let's refresh. No jobs currently running. Go to backup history. Time range. Okay. Go to advanced ones. Okay. That's fine. Click on that include age data and include backup copy and catalog snapshot jobs. Yeah. Click OK. Now click on OK. Yeah. Think it is still taking time for us to show, but that first copy of backup should have got eliminated or it should have grayed out. We can do one more thing. Let's try one more full backup, Manu, for this. And let's try to enforce. Full. Yeah. Click on OK. Hmm. Oh, schedule is it? Any schedule got run? Just check. No, the previous one only. Okay. Incremental got run.
Incremental is right.
Hmm. Oh, we will need one more full to complete a cycle.
I can't push back.
That's okay. Run another full. Cancel on this. Hmm. Right. Now go to the backup job history of this particular client. It's already open on the tabs there. You see when we did refresh this, another incremental has happened. Okay, there is a failure. Oh, that was the previous failure. Okay. Yeah, go back to the backup job history. Yeah. Go to the just previous full that has successfully completed job ID 1042. See the amount of data it read 15.72 GB. Okay. Under size of application. But see the amount of data it has actually written after deduplication. Less than half a GB. Okay. So even if you are running a full job, full backup copy job, after enabling deduplication, and after the first full backup, the amount of only the changed and unique blocks in the change, only those will get copied. Okay. If you scroll further to the right, you will see the percentage. See, 97% savings. That means only 3% of the data was written to the disk. If deduplication wasn't enabled, by this time, Banu's disk would have become full. By running three full backups, 45 GB would have been written. So this, but you see that even though we are running multiple full jobs, only a fraction of data is being written to the backend backup target. Okay, let's see the job controller. Has it completed? Okay, it's still running. Okay, now let us see the streams. Double click. ComServe is not responding.
It's slow. Sir. Hmm. Showing for.
Yeah, the Java console is
Hmm.
acting slowly. Yeah, now it's showing.
It's complete.
Yeah, it's done. This is the archive index phase where it is gathering all the metadata and writing it to the index cache and the backend database of Commvault after the backup is completed. After the actual, data writing part is completed. Bring the window down. Yeah, see there. Scan phase, backup phase, archive index phase, and post operation phase. These are the four phases in the backup. The scan phase will identify what needs to be backed up. The actual backup phase will take the most time, and that is where the data transfer is going to happen. Then the archive index phase is where the index cache is going to get populated, and then the post operation. If any temporary files were created, they will get deleted, and the metadata will be committed to the backend database. Okay, close this. Now let's go to the backup history and see if the expiry is getting enforced. No. Just check the policy settings once. Have we enforced expiry? Can you check storage policy, properties, retention, 2 days, one cycle? Okay. Do not retain intermediate incremental. Hey, wait. Go back. Go back. Go back to the properties. 1 second. Enable data aging is there. Okay. Retain for 2 days and one cycle. Okay. That's fine. Go to advanced on the top. Okay, no data breach. Fine. Yeah, we can close this. Data aging is enabled. Yeah, now right click, view, jobs. Hmm. Yeah, all the jobs are there. Hmm. Go to the end, copy time, retained by basic retention. Yeah. Hmm. There is a dependency on this job. Retention reason required by job. Click on that. Not that, the below one. Hmm. Some other job is dependent on this. I think that's why it's not uh, expiring this job. Just check if the DDB backup job is dependent on this job, this full job. There was a DDB backup, right? That happened. Close this. I understood. Under that subclient, go to that subclient. Yeah, go to DDB backup, go to its job history, backup history. No, there is no DDB backup job that's running. Okay. Now let's try to enforce the aging again and let's check. Hmm. Go to advanced and okay, you're running for everything. Hmm. Completed. So for some reason, this backup job is not getting expired. See, if it gets expired under this aged time column, see, it says retain up to 24th only. Okay. But there is some other job that is dependent on this, which has not expired, due to which this job is also not getting expired from here. Okay. What are you trying to do? This will just give documentation. Okay, you can go back, go to the left of the screen, right click on this copy. What's happening? Hmm. Uh, Go to this one, delete job. Yes. See there. So these two incrementals are dependent on this. That's why it's not expiring this job. 9th February. 9th February was yesterday's. Okay. So do one thing. You delete that 9th February's job. 1036. Yes. Hmm. Delete this. Yeah. Hmm. Nothing else is dependent on this. Yeah. Go ahead and delete it. Great. Okay. Now let us try to run aging again. Now run it only for this machine. Hmm. Click OK. Go to job controller. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, see, that job is no longer visible. Job number 5. It's gone. That's what happens. Go to the backup history of the client. It's there in the next tab. Yeah, refresh the screen. You see, this is how expired jobs will look like. Can you see? They are grayed out. They are physically not yet deleted from the system, but it's visible that a backup job had happened at so and so time. These are all the details for it, and it has expired now. So you cannot recover from this point in time. You can only recover from the point in time which is available for you to recover from. Okay. Since the criteria of 1 cycle, 2 days has been met, and there are no other dependent jobs on this particular backup copies, once we ran the data aging operation, automatically the retention got applied, the aging got applied, and this happened. Okay. But physically, still the space occupied by these backup copies is still there. Okay. So for that, we need to do something else, which is called as pruning. We'll talk about it. So Bhanu, can you go to this your backup path, e colon underscore disk library? Not here, in the Windows file. Yes. Right click on that, go to properties, see the space. See, the space is still, being occupied. It is not yet released. Okay. We can also see that in the Commvault console. So now we have to do something called as pruning. Pruning is a default job that happens. We can also enforce, pruning to happen. That's through an advanced level setting. Okay. Yeah. You can click on cancel. Close this. And here, under storage resources, go to disk library. Yeah, you see, still the free space is so much only. Free space doesn't get reduced, even though one full and few incrementals were aged and expired, okay, but they were not physically pruned yet, okay. So physically they are still there in the media. You cannot restore from them, but a backend job will run called as pruning, which will physically delete the data also. So that pruning is done through the deduplication engine. Okay. So go to the DDB policy. Yeah, the test TST. Yeah, files. There are two DDBs created. So go for the files one. Yeah, right click on that. All tasks. Yeah, on the bottom you see there is a option called run space reclamation. Okay. Once you run this called space reclamation, it will start the pruning activity in the backend. Okay. So let's do that. Run space reclamation. Yeah, defragmentation, put it to the highest level. Select this called clean orphan data. Yeah. Go to advanced. Okay, not required anything. Cancel. Click on OK. Yeah. Now go to job controller. You see that DDB space reclamation or the pruning job has started. It will validate and check which jobs are not dependent, for which fingerprints are not required anymore. Okay, which job has expired and the data fragments for it. It will check all of these and it will try to physically delete the data from the backend uh, backup target or backup path. Can you double click on that job? Go to attempts. So there you can go down to the block level and check, okay, how many blocks were verified and things like that. Go to attempts. Yeah, completed. Orphan chunk listing also completed. Okay, I think the job is done. Go to job controller. No, it's still going on. Okay. So it has started 30 parallel streams. Out of that, 13 are being used currently. And for each of those streams, it is verifying and validating how much amount of data it can actually delete. So for large environments, this is going to be a very, very time-taking job, and hence data aging and this space reclamation should be run, pretty frequently, I would say. Okay. So otherwise, what will happen is your backend storage is going to keep getting bloated and bloated if you don't do proper space management. And then for your critical jobs, you may see that due to lack of space, jobs may fail, backup jobs may fail, and then you will lose that point in time, what is required. So, data aging, setting the proper retention, running the space reclamation regularly, all these things are like day to day management of the infrastructure environment, Commvault infrastructure environment. Okay, right. Click on close. Now let's go to the disk library and see if any space was released. Yeah, I think around few GBs got released, maybe. Go to the this one, physical space on the Windows file system. No, it's still the same. Let's give it some time. Hopefully by tomorrow we should see its effect, because some jobs got deleted, or else we'll run this again, the data pruning and data reclamation, and we will enforce it to delete data once again. Okay. Any questions on what we have learned so far today? We discussed about NTP. We discussed about how to set NTP on Windows, and then we saw the storage policy settings. We saw retention settings. We saw the storage resources, disk library settings, and then how to do data aging and how retention actually gets enforced on data copies. We saw that today. Okay. All right. That's about it for today. So, Bhanu, before you log off, run the space reclamation again, and then let's see its effect and impact tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your time. We'll meet again tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Take
Thank
care. Bye.
you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.